I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad,
Yeah.
baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
Marcus, subscribe to the channel.
What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode. My name is TradeFly. I'm going to be your host today, bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use for tomorrow. Well, today we had FOMC minutes, and we didn't get a lot of clarity besides that they're not going to cut rates. That's about what you can take away from today. Why is that? We're going to discuss that here really soon. I think the first thing we will do, besides do our shout outs, we'll always got to do the shout outs because it's all about fam bam here, is get right into the news, get right into the FOMC minutes, talk about that, and then we will carry on with the rest of the show. But that being said, we had a very nice setup. We had 2 nice setups and 2 nice bounces out of some key areas that we talked about exclusively here on this channel, gave y'all the sauce, gave you the setup, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You're welcome. I hope you used it, because if you did, you're sitting pretty. No doubt about it. Bounced right out of those levels we were looking at. So let's go ahead and get over to the chat here. Say what's up to my fam bam. Marcus, what up to you, bro? Thank you for being in the chat. Much love, much appreciation, and thank you for subscribing. I did see that pop up as well. BC Port Corp, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Looks like he is setting up some Pine script, man. He's doing some coding, man. Nerding out. I love it. That's good stuff. Definitely keep that going, bro, because that is the way of the future. There's no doubt about it. I think a lot of trading is gonna trend towards automation, but that does bring up a weird dynamic, right? If everybody's going long and everybody's shorting at the same time, like what is that actually going to do to the market? Should be interesting. Do we then counter trade? Do we become more important by counter trading the market? Here we go. Continuing on, we got Wix. Wow, fine. 8 and 9 in the chat. What up, lady? She's one of our lovely, not fellow, but lovely moderators. Thank you for being here. Much love. B Team Crypto, my dude in the chat. He's my Discord mod. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Lunar Beaches Crypto LBC in the house. He is one of my friends, one of our fellow content creators as well. Go check him out. He has just gone back to his channel, so go show him some love. Go subscribe and yeah, help my man out. Help my man out. That would be much appreciated. All right, scrolling down here, we got Jesse Good Look in the house. How you doing, bro? Darren Does Things. What up, DDT? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. How you doing? Keep it moving. We got my dude, FD White. You know we got to play that. You know we got to play it for my man FD White. Let's get him on. Let's get him on. Hit me up, bro. We'll get you on here in the next couple days if you want. Whenever you're ready. All right, DDT. He said I should be recording tutorial content, but have to do that later now that the wife and son still awake. We'll have interruptions. There you go, man. I get it. Family first, brother. I understand that, man. It's that is what's important. And then I don't know about you, but 9 to 5 be crushing my life. I worked all night. So if you guys don't know, I work from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. man. It is tough to turn around and do these shows, no doubt about it. But hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Danny Quest, what up, bro? Good to see you in the chat. How you doing? Said Alpha in the Discord. Let's go. Let's go. I love to hear it. Actually, you know what? This one actually might be better.
The cream of the crop.
Nobody does it better. All right, yeah, we are giving you that sauce in the Discord. Like I said, man, we have free content in the Discord. Come over. It's obviously in the chat. You can go to the description down below. Come on over, check it out. All right, there's a lot of free stuff. There's squad charts too. Like, so people, are dropping charts in it. You guys know your stuff too. So understand that. I'm dropping TA, HRJ is dropping TA, FJ is dropping TA. So we're all dropping some TA in there, and then there's also a premium side that has the trade setups. Okay, so that's the premium side, and that's only $20 a month, so nothing too crazy there. We got my dude K Diggity, no doubt, in the chat. What up to you, bro? What do you say here? Good afternoon, everybody, from the president of the TradeFly Hat Club. You know it, man. K Diggity was my first person to purchase a hat, so we just sent that to him. Hopefully he got it. Much love to you, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll be kicking out some more swag. No doubt about it. All right, let's go down a little bit more. Of course, we got my dude HRJ. Just mentioned him. He's one of the paid analysts. And he's dropping some fire signals, man. I mean, we're talking about 100%, 200% bangers. Definitely come check that out because it is worth it. It is worth it. You will get that $20 back. I guarantee it. Plus, if you actually join the premium side, I'm giving you a 20% on your trading fees, and that's both spot and futures. Okay, so it's very easy to get that money back. It's not like I'm giving you a raw deal there, and it's not a huge benefit for me, honestly. $20 is not that much in the grand scheme of things. Let's see, Blair Stevenson, sup? What up to you? Thank you for being here. Much love, much love. Scrolling down a little bit more. Let's see who we got all set in the house. How you doing? Good to see you. Saying what's up to everybody. What's the BC Porco that said leads to counter trading for sure. I mainly want to deal with strategies that work on the biggest assets because it'll be harder to mess with those. Working on an S&P 500 strategy, I mean, honestly, dude, I mean, you could do something. I know you have access to it. The dynamic reactor is pretty darn good, because the S&P and the NASDAQ, they follow these very, I mean, the trend is up and right. So really, grand scheme of things, if you were to hold an investment in the S&P and NASDAQ for 20 years, you basically have a 0% chance of losing. Like that's the data. And I'm not making that up. I mean, you can up it if you want to be like, hey, you know, weird things can happen. We can up it to, you know, 1 or 2%, but like that's the historicals over your lifetime. If you were to hold the S&P and the NASDAQ for 20 years, you're going to win. It can be that simple. Now, what's that 1% going to be? You know, that's up for debate. All right, scrolling down a little bit more. Who else we got in the chat? I think that is it. Wrapping it up. Let's get it. Let's go ahead and get to the big news of the day. That is going to be the FOMC minutes. So here is your economic calendar. As you can see, FOMC minutes, it was today that came out. I believe it was 11 a.m. my time. I think it was 2 p.m. Eastern. So why are we -6 right now? Let's fix this. Bring us on back. There's my Cali time. Here we go. So FOMC minutes came out today. Let's see what Grok had to say about it. Now, of course, I've done my, own little bit of research, but obviously this is going to summarize it a lot better than me. But what it comes down to is they're not looking at really reducing the rates, and that doesn't seem to really be on the table here. And the reason for that is because of continued inflation. And the other aspect of it, if you go to the Kabisi letter, is that they're saying, hey, there's really one data point that's gonna, make a decision besides inflation, and that's gonna be the labor market. So, core inflation has actually gone up. All right, that was back above 3%. PPI inflation also jumped 0.9% month over month. And so, it's gonna be pretty hard for the Fed to pivot right now with that specific data. Now, it's just a matter, is that data accurate? Are they kind of leading us astray? And that is always the big topic of discussion, is are we really getting accurate numbers? Both from a labor statistics point of perspective and from an inflation perspective. There's a lot of people that now disagree with the methodology that goes into producing or generating these numbers, right? They say it's just a flawed system. It worked back in the day, but not so much now. That's, it's a big discussion to be had, but here nor there. What it's looking like is pretty much today was kind of a nothing burger. Really what it comes down to, I don't know if anybody was really expecting them to drop the interest rates, but that's, again, I think that can is getting kicked down the road, as some people say. All right, let's go over to the crypto bubbles. It is a sea of green. We love to see that out there. Mano's trending in the down direction. That's down 2.3%. Maker's down 1.3%. Saros down 1.4%. XMR is down 3%. I heard some, definitely Monero. I heard some negative news about Monero, I believe, yesterday. So keep a lookout for that. OKB is just flying up the charts. All right, we talked about this. Now, this is linked to the exchange. This is like BNB for Binance, but it's for OKX. And so, I mean, they had some bullish news, and this thing has just been flying. It's been crazy. Look at all that market cap here, quite quickly. Let's see, 46.6% for the day, 71% for the week, and 261% for the month. I mean, jeez. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. If you're holding OKB on the exchange to make your fees cheaper, which a lot of people do, they're sitting there like, well, dang, maybe I just keep some OKB. All right, let's go over to our next one. That is going to be the total market cap. Finally, some movement in the positive direction, up 1.42%, 3.88 trillion for the market cap. Fear and greed index is at 45, neutral. Bitcoin dominance 58.5%. Slight trend down there for the dominance, but nothing too crazy. Bitcoin currently sitting at 114.132. That is up 1%. Ethereum with a big old move, up 5%, and that is at 43.43. We got to look at that chart because that went as far down as about 4,000 and some change, and that came to a very key level. We talked about it yesterday. I gave it to you. Did you take it though? That's what it comes down to. Did you take it? And I'm gonna guess probably not, because I think a lot of you like to just be here. All right, so that being said, let's go over to our next segment. That is going to be the Daily Degen. All right, here on the Daily Degen, we give you guys, the audience, the opportunity to vote whether we go long or short. It looks like you guys are currently 16 votes, 56% moon. So you guys would like me to take a long position. That's how this works. We do pretty minimal TA here. We got Peanut. We got Peanut up. I went ahead and click something before we got this going so we can get in pretty quick. You're 20x long, no fees, Bitunix hooking your boy up. Let's get it. We're long, full send on Peanuts right now. 20x, didn't do any bit of TA at all. I literally was just like, you know what? Peanut sounds like the jam today. Peanut butter jelly time. You know how that rolls. All right, so again, we're just letting this thing run. We'll kind of come back. We'll check on it. We'll see how it's doing. But let's actually, I take that back real quick, you know, a little okey-doke for you. What we are going to do though, we are going to set, man, we should, if we would have got into that a little bit earlier, that would have been nice. Let's see here, where are we at right now? Oh, liquidation is right there, man. That thing, I guess it's boom or bust today, baby. It's boom or bust today. We could move the stop loss right here, but I mean, realistically, if you come back and look at the horizontal action, that's the jam. Look at this, man. Man, damn. If I were to look at this a little earlier and actually pay attention, what do we know about this? And so this is hindsight. You know, we just took the position based on what you guys voted on, but what do we know about this? Like, you guys, if you listen to me, if you watch the channel, you should know what I'm about to say right now. I know I said I wasn't going to do any TA on it, but we've already taken the position, so here we go. What's right there? Come on. What is it? Liquidity. Liquidity is right there. What happened? We came down, we took the liquidity, we reestablished the range, got some bullish structure out of there. That is a decent little setup. And what you could have done as well, so when you actually break this down and start doing a little bit of TA on here, then you can start looking at you know, some fib retracement levels and things of that nature. Now this would actually be more so for looking at an exit, because you're taking the high to the low here. It's not so much for the entry. So your entry's down here, but then we're like, okay, cool, where can we take this up to? You got the 0.5 to 618, nice little area in there where you could take that up to. So we are late to this one, there's no doubt about it. But you know, here nor there, it is what it is. You guys want to vote long? I'm thinking about it, maybe making it a challenge. Maybe it's like me versus you, to maybe spice this up a little bit. I have no idea why I can't delete this. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, there's no like impulse move to actually take a fib off of this, to be honest. I mean, you could probably, that's probably the 786 or around the 786. You're taking low to high there. There you go. Actually even came under the 786. It almost came back down. But yeah, right on. Cool. I mean, there's definitely some hope there. The problem is this has to happen in the next 45 minutes. So it's boom or bust today. I don't even think I'm gonna put a stop loss on it. I'm just gonna let it run. You get liquidated or you make money. That's how you're gonna roll with the Daily Degen today. Again, it's a fun segment, only $5 on it. Don't recommend you doing a 20x trade willy-nilly without really doing any TA on it. This is not something I would typically do, just for clarity, okay? For clarity. All right, so we talked about the news already. That's done with. Let's go ahead. Let's get over to the good stuff here. Let's look at the heat map. Currently, you do have a lot of liquidity sitting up at about 117. And then you really have a block, right? So kind of where you got this bounce here at about 112, 300. Of course, we were talking about 112. There's a lot of liquidity underneath. So that's going to be a tough one for me. That's really going to be tough for me to say, hey, take a long position, right? Like, because there's still a good bulk of liquidity here. Now, it's not hot. It's not the hot spot on the map. You know, there's no doubt about that, but there's just this like swath, right? Like it's starting at like 112, like 300, and then like all the way down sub 111. So let's go over the chart right now. We're gonna go ahead and update that. So we said 117 and some change here, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 117. All right, so 117, 100, cool. And then of course right underneath of 112. So We can go ahead and leave. That's actually a potential long position. We talked about that yesterday. So that's still in play, to be real with you. Like, even though we don't have this like aggressive trend to the downside and saying, hey, let's get set up and ready to go, I'd say this is still valid in terms of there's a liquidity still down here, right? So liquidity still down below 112. Come down, sweep the lows, take the liquidity. You got the 0.5 retracement level at a 111, 296. I think it's all still valid. You don't like to see what's happening though right now. You do not want to see a rejection out of this level, anywhere between about 114.4 and up to these wicks. Remember, that's kind of what I was talking about, is like, hey, this would be a very quick trade, right? Come down, take the liquidity, and then we just work our way up. I actually think that, you know, maybe seeing that this level is being respected, we lower this a little bit here, and we say, let's front run it just a little bit. We're still a 3-to-1, a 2% move. Still okay with that, but it doesn't quite go up to where you have these wicks here. These wicks were support, looking to see that flipped into resistance. So again, this setup I still think is valid. We haven't really taken all of the liquidity off the table. That being said, you know where the hotspot is, right? The hotspot is up at about 117. Does that really set us up for something? Maybe, because I mean, you got the val low here. You have the 50, you got the 21. So you got a lot of confluence in this area to see a rejection. I would probably be looking for a potential short there. Why? Because you do have confluence, you do have liquidity just above that area. So to see a little move up, grab that liquidity, reestablish below the value area low, that can kind of be your line in the sand, your value area low. And then you could look for a potential short out of that area after you get, if you see a rejection with a nice little wick, taking that liquidity. So two ways to take these trades, no doubt about it. We got to be flexible. We got to be ready for wherever the price action goes. If we do get some continuation and price action to the downside, you do have the value area high currently sitting, or the previous range, value area high, sitting at about 1089. We'll call it 109 just for keeping it easy. And then you have the 618 at about 1082, right? So you got a nice little spot there where you could see some price action, nice little bounce up, you know, to see something where the price action works down, comes down, gets a little bounce off of here, comes back up, retests 105. That, I'm not the 105, but 111, 300, where you have the 0.5 fib as well as the top of the range here, I think is very realistic. And, you know, it's another one where, hey, the trend may start showing you that it's working its way down, but it's a way that we can get in and out really quickly, take a small win here. I don't think this is one that you're saying, hey, let's try to catch a big swing. And again, pretty small, 2.65%, throw a little leverage on that thing, little 5x, and you got you know, a nice trade, 11, 12%, relatively easy, I think, right out of the area where the 618 is. So that's about 108.2. So I'd mark that on your chart. So 108, 109 to about 108.2. Nice little range there. Again, I'd mark that, and then just start paying attention to the price action, see what it does here. Now, one of the things that you're gonna have to be careful with, let's go over to the liquidation heat map, is let's go to the weekly. Concern would be is, you know, one element of what I like to use to get into a trade when I'm saying something with a little bit more confidence is, you know, clearing that liquidity off the table, right? So not a whole lot to write home about. Let's be real about it. That's even on the weekly. I think that's actually still not even low enough, because we're talking about 108, and that's only going down. Yeah, it is going to 108. It's dark down there. There's not a whole lot on the weekly right now. You see the very, very hot spot at about 119. I mean, that would be more of a driving force than anything else, and that would be good news for most of you, because you want to see the price go up. Yeah, that's kind of tough. I don't, like I said, I would say maybe a key element's not there if you're looking at a long position, but you do have confluence at least between the val high and the golden pocket. So less confidence on that one, but I do think you'll get a bounce out of that area. Quick little 2% move. No one's going to be mad about that. Let's go over to USDT dominance real quick. We will see at that. See what I say. We're getting right to the top of that range. And that's what I was talking about. I was like, hey, we're seeing things line up. Total market cap, USDT dominance, and we're getting to levels of support. Now, Bitcoin did not come down exactly to the level of support we were looking for. We were looking at about 12K. It looked like it got front ran just a little bit. What did it actually come down to though? Let's mark that. Let's see here. The low, 112,344. I mean, that's pretty darn close. We just didn't get that liquidity sweep, and therefore you know, that's a no trade for me, at least on Bitcoin. Now Ethereum, Cardano, different stories. Those ones were looking pretty good, pretty juicy. Just move the liquidity level on myself there. There you go. Close enough. 117.9. That's good. Or 0.9. All right. So we talked about USDT dominance, right? We're into an area of resistance. We wanted to see a rejection. We got a rejection right at the top, and I was like, hey, it can move up a little bit. All right, little push up, which means continuation for the price action going down. I remember saying this exactly. A little bit of price action to the downside, and then we could see that reversal. That it's almost the way it played out to a T. Okay, so USDT dominance. Start bringing it into your scan if it's not something that you use on the regular. The other thing I was looking at, and we talked about this, was the total market cap was coming down to this horizontal level as well as the 50 SMA. All right, so that's a nice little indicator. You had two different charts lining up, and when you really take it, like you're like, okay, cool, what are the cryptos doing? Well, Ethereum was showing you that, let's find it, it was at a key level of support in confluence with those two charts. Now, what was the trade I was looking at? Bada bing, bada boom. We had the move. It played out. All right, so 3.21, looking at a 5.65% move to the top, right? And what was I looking at? Remember, I talked about this level right here. Why did I talk about this level right here? Because there was a clear horizontal of both resistance and support with a breakdown retest. That's key. This is key. This is, if you want to learn something, right here, resistance, support, breakout, retest, continuation, right? That's what you got. Now that'll be more clear if you go to a lower time frame like the 4 hour or the hourly. But that is exactly what you got. That last arrow looks terrible. Let's do this. This looks better. Mo better. There you go. All right, it'll look more clear on lower time frames. But what that tells you right there is that this level at about 43.50 or so is a pretty important level. And therefore, if you were to take that entry out of this zone we talked about yesterday with a 21 SMA, the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, I posted it in all of the Discords, as well as a very clear horizontal going back left, right? Big resistance, impulsive move through that zone. Tells you a lot, means it's important. You also had a rejection initially, right? So rejection, big move, lets you know this level is important and it will be respected in a sense, right? You get an initial bounce. Now, if you didn't take the trade, sorry, Charlie, like I'm not gonna say wait for it to come back down here and do it again. Unfortunately, if you didn't watch or you weren't paying attention to the Discord, you missed the move. And that's just the way it works, I'm sorry. But that was a heck of a move. The next opportunity I see, if it were to fall through this zone, is down here at the 618. All right, the 618 at $3,894 is the top of this range here. We have not retested the top of the range. All right, so when you get these areas of a move up consolidation, you do like to see us come back, retest the top of the range before seeing that move to the upside. You also have the 50 SMA working its way up. Hopefully, that would provide you a little bit of confluence there, because there's not too much else going on besides really the golden pocket in the top of the range. So if you're looking for liquidity, also not a whole lot of liquidity is going to be here. Your liquidity is actually all the way down here. All right, so that's where probably the bulk of your liquidity is. Actually, maybe working it up a little bit too. You could find some support here at the platinum pocket as well. Just knowing like, hey, we made an aggressive move up. There's probably some liquidity really between here and here. Most of it though is down here. All right, so again, this one, it's just like I was saying before, less confidence, a little less confidence. You might be able to get a bigger move out of it per se, because this could turn more into a swing. But that being said, there's less confluence in that area, just for clarity. All right, so there's two key levels for you on Ethereum, giving you the alpha, gave you the sauce yesterday. I mean, I don't know what more you want from me. That is a beautiful trade setup. If you would have threw 5x leverage on that, you're looking at a 25-26% win. Easy day, and it all happened within 24 hours. So, you know, what do you want from me? What else do you want from me? All right, here we go. Let's go to Cardano, another one. Dropped it in the Discord, bro. Dropped it in the Discord. Gave you the sauce, and it played out. Okay? Same thing I was looking at here. I was like, hey, you can use the 0.382 as that line in the sand, but you can see right here with these wicks that there was support and then there was what, right? Now there's resistance. So that I'll say that didn't count, but you could see that there was some support here, kind of in confluence with the 0.382. That's where I was looking at a potential exit. And right down into the zone, we came into the horizontal. I believe that was the value area high and the 0.5, right? So you had a lot of confluence lining up again, all right, right around here at about about 83 cents to 85 cents. Take that trade on up. That's a nice, 4.5% move. If you were a little late to the game, you can, let's slide it up. Let's say you were late to the game. Still a 4% move and a 2-to-1 risk to reward. Giving you the sauce, all free, all in live. I mean, this is that premium stuff that most people put in their Discords. You got it live yesterday. So come on over though. Discord, like if you missed the show, you can go check it out in the Discord. I don't know, I might have put the signals in the brigade, but here nor there, if you watch the show, it was there for you. Let's see. Let's look at Tesla, because we looked at Tesla yesterday. Let's see if that made a move at all. Scroll up a little bit here. That's down. Oof. So that came down a little bit, but quickly got bought up. Came right back in. So I mean, this, what you would do. So when I'm saying, hey, you gotta use the wick. Now we gotta slide this down. All right. So your stop loss would be below the wick, and then we look at this and we're like, that's not a 2-to-1. It's not giving you a 2-to-1, and it's kind of, but it's keeping the structure, right? Like these lows are still intact. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Still intact. Maybe we just slide this entry down. I say it's a little riskier, because it's kind of manipulating the situation to make it fit what you want. But I still think a move up to here, I still think that's on the table. I don't know that this wick really scares me out. I actually like it because you saw buying pressure come in. So opportunity there potentially for, maybe a 6%, 7% move. That at least gives you a 2-to-1. I mean, if you're close enough, you're close enough. I think a realistic move is definitely to here. Probability is it could continue up another, couple percent. I don't know. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of Tesla. Like I said, the trend is still there. Seeing an ascending level of support for Tesla. Not looking bad. Market itself though, let's look at the market. Apple's even down, Amazon's down. So it looks like some of your risk, those aren't really risk on. Your tech companies though are in the negative today. SPX is down 0.24%. NASDAQ's still down, so that's another little fall for the NASDAQ. Come on down, baby. Come on down. You know what we're waiting for. Still looking at that level at about 20 to 20,200. All right, on the NASDAQ. I would love to see it come down here. I would even thinking about taking a 2x leverage position on NASDAQ if it does come down here. So that is that quickly. Let's see here. Let's go over the chat. Let's go over to the chat. See what you guys got going on here. Scrolling it down a little bit. HRJ said to the moon. Let's go. FD liking the music. All right. Should I sell my PineScript trading strats? Bro, monetize, man. Make that money. Make that money, dude. That's I love to see people thrive, bro. There ain't no doubt about it. Why else do I do this? Because I really don't make much money doing it. Ain't no doubt about it. All right, let's see here. You guys got a lot going on. I got to catch up here. We should all do the daily DGen, band together, fly together, or liquidate it together. Yeah, not a single doubt given, my man. All right. Follow TradeFly on X. Dope. That would be cool. What else we got here? Skibbity. Let me see if I should even read that one. All right. Things are cool, bad. All right. Got it. They have other stuff than crypto on YouTube? Yes. Yes, sir, they do. BC Porkcore, get TradeFly to set up a copy trade and we will all put $5 in and he copy trades the daily degen. Hey, that's not a bad idea. That'd be fun. I don't know, daily degen been getting beat up a little bit here past couple. Be careful. You guys had a freaking burner going on for, like, when we first brought the daily degen back. I think you guys won like 5 in a row, something crazy. But over the past couple of weeks, because you guys are long bias, whenever you vote, it's a little hard. Like, you're just perpetually, it seems like, long. There's only been a couple times where you guys took a short. I think you've won both of them, to be honest. But that's a sentiment-based trade. Let's keep it going. Let's see here. Let's say my algo is mainly financial related, not specifically crypto. Makes sense. I need to show you my TradingView liquidity template. Works better than CoinInk and CoinGlass as it updates in real time. Bro, I am in on that. Yo, definitely. Hit me up, DM me. DM me in the Discord, bro. I am all in on that. No doubt about it. Superstar TradeFly, thank you. I like it. All right, let's keep it going. All right, on to the next. What else we got? Let's do something we haven't looked at in a while. Oh, so I asked ChatGPT. I want to say it was yesterday, day before. I was like, give me 5 projects right now in the top 100 that are undervalued. 5 projects that are undervalued in the top 100. Do anybody want to take some guesses at what some of those projects could be? Most of them are relatively big names too. Relatively big names. ChatGPT is long bias, yeah. But one of them is one I've been talking about. Here we go. AVAX. AVAX was number 5 on the list. Actually, I'm gonna bring this list up. I got my phone up here. I got it like hung up on the, or not hung up, but I got like a little magnet so I can actually look at it. Let's see here. ChatGPT. There we go. Go to my list, undervalued crypto evaluation. Here we go. All right, so here's the list. There's the list. It is Chainlink, Polygon Matic, which that one was a surprise to see, I'll be honest. Hedera, HBAR, AVAX, and Cosmos Atom. Now, I used to be pretty bullish on Cosmos, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna have some run, but it seems to have faded off into oblivion here recently, kind of along with Polygon. So how much do we trust this? I don't know, but it says at a glance, those 5 projects in the top 100 are undervalued, and they're all big names, all of them. So that being said, let's look at AVAX, because y'all know I like some AVAX. All right, well, we can take that off of there, but you get the point. All right, if we break out of this area right here where you have resistance, makes a lot of sense to see some continuation to the upside here. Your trend overall on a macro perspective, you can see high to high here, lower highs. Expectation would be to set another lower high, right? We're not gonna fight against that. No doubt about it, but you're gonna look for the breakout retest of that level and then look for that move to the upside. Now that would be a massive move for AVAX to the upside here. You're talking about almost 50%. Almost 50%, and I think it's well within reason, well within play. You've seen consolidation before with an explosive move, impulsive move to the upside. Here we are. You got your consolidation. You got some consolidation for a long time. It's very clear that you have buyers, willing buyers at about 16. I was one of those, and you guys were there for that, right? We did it live, and we bought some AVAX multiple times. Actually, we have bought AVAX live at about $16. So why? Because look at that, man. It's very clear when you're looking at the chart that level is a nice little level to just keep stacking AVAX. And I did the same thing with Cardano, previous cycle at $1. You've heard me talk about that before. It's just every time it came down to $1, I was like, okay, buy, okay, buy, and then it shot up. However, you got to have an exit plan, because you can end up upside down, right? Those dollar purchases when I had, you know, tens of thousands of dollars wrapped up in Cardano would have been upside down right now, still upside down. So, you know, that's, you know, I'm a big proponent of taking your wins, take your base hits, keep it moving, how you doing, and then kind of look for that next setup. So anyways, AVAX definitely has some real opportunity here, I think, to make a very big move up. Again, this is more of a macro look at it, nothing too specific when we're getting down to the nitty gritty, but you know, we're in an area of consolidation and we're looking okay. I mean, it is clearly consolidating. There is opportunity to just play, you know, these levels. Honestly, do we see a continuation of this consolidation period where it's just kind of bouncing around in here? On the table, no doubt about it, but it's got to break out. Which way does it break out though? I would say my bias would be for it to break out to the top side. But there's definitely opportunities within here. If it comes down here again, there is no doubt in my mind, I will buy again. We know where liquidity is, so we know the reaction to look for. If it were to come down, take this level here at, you know, about $15 or so, and you see a wick come down here, take the liquidity, yo, we're in on that, especially if you see a nice reaction, right? You see a nice wick like this, right? That wick tells you a lot. Let's look at it. All right, this wick right here tells you oh so much, right? That means buying pressure's coming in. They've gotten the liquidity, right? Because liquidity was right there, and that's gone, right? So then you see this move. You gotta look at this super bullish candle in the daily. I mean, that's craziness. But I'm not waiting for that, right? I see this buying pressure come in right here in that area. You know, I don't wait long at all. You just get a nice little retest, and I'm like, see ya. I'm cool with it. But I blindly bought. I think it wasn't limit orders, but we got down to about 15 and a half, and I was like, yeah, I'm buying this. Don't even care. Don't even care about seeing, you know, all of the setup of the reaction, because it wasn't really a scalp. It wasn't really an intraday. It was it's down to a buy zone, a key level that I believed in. And, you know, I had some technicals to back that up, and that's why I took that position. And once it came back down again, I was Johnny on the spot with that. I think, again, we got in at about 16 on this one. All right. So took that, another winning trade. And if it were to come back down here again, I mean, I'm taking it. I know 3 strikes you're out, but it's, as of right now, it just looks like too strong of an area. And again, this one, we may wait a little bit just to see the reaction, right? You want to see the liquidity get taken out. Nice strong wick, come back probably over here, and you see maybe a little bit of a breakout retest. You know, something where it takes the liquidity, comes out, retest the area, and then you're going to look forward to continue to the top side there. So right now, currently just kind of sitting in the middle of a range. So that would be, you know, I wouldn't be 100% against, you know, taking a position on AVAX, but I don't know that I would necessarily take a position on AVAX right now. I think the more conservative, the better play for AVAX is really just waiting for the breakout retest of this very key level here. And that key level sits at about 26 to about 28.3. And you saw the drawing initially. Like, if we get something that looks like this, come back down, retest, yeah, send it. I'm definitely willing to take a flyer on that. So that is AVAX. I see the chat a-flowing now. I see it a-flowing. Let's go. I started up with that ChatGPT thing, huh? I didn't realize how hard Matt. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I was big on Matic. When Matic was first kind of making waves, they had some gnarly deals, man. Like, and when I say that, they had deals with like major retail. Oh boy. Axon DAO. Oh, you know what? I don't, you know, it's funny that this happened. It's funny this happened. So I actually went to high school with a guy, his brother. I don't know how it ended up. So this is not a shill for them because I don't really know much about them, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good, but I went to high school. His brother is the CEO of Axon DAO. which is pretty cool. I think it ties in some medical stuff, but honestly, this chart doesn't look too healthy right now. So that's that. It is up 9.32% on the day, but chart's just not looking great. So not going to go too far in depth on that. What did I want to talk about? I was like mid-sentence before I hit the space bar, and then all of a sudden chaos. Trying to think. Oh, it's Polygon. We were talking about Matic, which I think is now Pole, right? So yeah, remember I used to say I was Captain Jack Matic. Yeah. Well, look at this though. I mean, look, the consolidation looks very similar to AVAX. Real for reals. Let's zoom out a little bit. I mean, yeah, it had such a cool move to the upside. Is it dead though? I mean, when it was down here, I was saying like, hey, be very, very careful. But what you're seeing right here, you got a higher low. All right, so it's looking like it wants to take a push up. You're on the daily here. You did get over the 200 and you retested the 200. You got like influence underneath of you right now. I mean, you got the 21, the 50, the 200 all in one little spot here. You know, taking a little flyer. I mean, this is just me looking at, you know, just a small move to the upside. If you would have caught this right here, you know, up to, that's 14%. 14%. Let's take it from present. That's even a 8% move from present position. It can make it. It's got the legs. I think we need that's on Coinbase, so that is a good chart to have. Oh yeah, but it switched to a pole, so Matic will show you the rest of the chart. But yeah, you're just stuck in consolidation, man. Same thing, if you break out, it could make some moves. I just don't know, like, I don't know if like pole really has, it's not that it doesn't have the legs from a chart perspective. I just don't know if it has the legs from like people being invested in it at this point, because it's a layer 2, right? So I don't get too tied around layer 2s as much, to be honest with you. And that's just a personal thing. I prefer layer 1s for obvious reasons. But you know who likes it is Retro Mike. Retro Mike likes the Polygon. I think he was, I want to say he was mining it. Don't hold me to it. But yeah, man. You definitely could see a move for Polygon though. If it breaks out of here and you get that retest, you could see a nice move up. Just a matter of where do we find these key levels? I think right here, kind of in the zone, but it's a big zone. I don't know how comfortable I'd be with it, but still, you take a horizontal right in that area, about 33 cents. Let's just do a little measurement there. 25% move. Nobody's gonna be mad at that. All right, enough about Polygon. Let's look at Solana. I haven't looked at Solana too much here recently. Let's see. Not since I've cleaned up the charts. It looks like we got Crypto Princess in the house. What up, lady? Thank you for being here. Cheers. Much love to you. Andrew says, only layer 2 I have is Immutable X. Yeah, I don't know. Not big on layer 2s. It's not dead, it's just laying on the floor for a while. Yeah, man. I mean, it could be dead. It could be. I remember at one point saying I thought it was. I just don't know. Like, there's just too much other stuff out there. And this is one of the issues you get into with crypto, is that there's so many options. The market is so saturated with all these different projects. A lot of them are solving the same thing. Like, it's hard for them to differentiate themselves. And so, you know, is it cheaper? It is cheaper, or was cheaper than Ethereum, right? Than layer 1. Is it faster? That's up for debate. But you have other things out there, you know, that are really churning out, you know, some really quick transaction speeds. And I just don't know that it's ultra competitive with what's out there. I don't know that it really built that ecosystem around it. And so that's kind of why I'm like, I don't know. But what they do have in place is some really good deals with some high-end like manufacturers, with some retail, where they are in essence kind of building that blockchain technology for those companies. And that is important. That does give them utility, and that does help them stay around a little bit, at least for a little while. But you know, AVAX is doing that too, you know, and it's a layer 1, and it's out there. It's doing things that I thought Ethereum was going to do. That's what, when I was doing my initial research, when people were talking to me about Bitcoin, Ethereum, some of the altcoins, and having that utility, a lot of people were talking to me about, you know, smart contracts, what Ethereum was going to do, like the utility that it was going to have in the real world. And honestly, what I see is, yes, it's doing some of those things, but like I said, and what you guys hear me say over and over again, I know, like I talked about AVAX a little bit, but like it's really happening for AVAX. Like it has deals with government entities, it has deals with the DMV, it has like they're putting real things, titles, and you know, contracts and stuff on AVAX now. And like everyone a long time ago kind of saw AVAX as like the gaming narrative, and really I kind of thought the gaming narrative for AVAX, but they're showing you there's so much more there. And they also have some really strong deals with manufacturers and retailers where they are providing that blockchain technology for those companies, and that keeps you relevant. That provides utility. So that's, you know, why I agree, you know, with ChatGPT when it's saying it's undervalued. I would 100% agree, because it's out there doing things and people just aren't really talking about it. So you've heard me talk about it. So if it pops, you know, you're going to hear my mouth, no doubt about it. You will hear the I told you so's. Faux show. Faux show for show. You know what I think I might do? I might double down on that and just start taking payment in AVAX. Just keep throwing it on my Tangem wallet, which are really dope, by the way. I don't know if anybody has a Tangem wallet, but it's really cool. It's like a credit card. They sent me some. I have an affiliate link for it as well. That's in the description. It's like 10% off, but it's super, super cool, man. Like you just touch it to your phone and like it has your whole wallet there, which is neat. And they give you backups too. If you're like, oh, what if you lose it? What if this? What if that? They give you backups. But like you can get that thing wet, all kinds of stuff. All right. Let's see here. So we are looking at Solana. We do see a little trend to the upside here. All right, you got 1, 2, 3 hits on this trend line. You are above the 200, you are above the 21, you are above the 50, so that's good in terms of seeing a continuation of trend. This was a small trend line, little breakdown of that. We can get rid of that, no big deal. That was more for like scalping, intraday type stuff. But really, the biggest concern here is this trend line here. All right, so you still have the 200 underneath of you. Interesting enough that the 200 is still working its way to the downside. You would expect that it start to at least flatten out a little bit with this trend starting to clearly show you upside, right? So sitting at about 187 right now, got a nice bounce off the moving averages here. Yeah, I think it's very reasonable to see a push up back up to about 200 or so. I don't know that we're taking a trade necessarily off of it, but let's see. You know, I think we would have kind of missed this. This wasn't one that I charted over the last couple of days. Unfortunately, I can't chart everything, but here we go. Oh, man. Right off the 618. Gotta love that. So you had confluence. This is the things that I like. Something that I do look for when I'm looking at some of these trades is, hey, like we have confluence between the two moving averages, the 21 and the 50, and then you also have the golden pocket. Historically, you know, getting a bounce out of that area would make a lot of sense. Present position from that bounce is sitting at about 6%. So, you know, kind of similar with Cardano and Ethereum, getting a nice little bounce out of that area. I would say that this is looking really strong in terms of the market structure, though. Really healthy. Higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, maybe, right? Most likely. So the door is open, though, for sure. The door is definitely open to revisit that trend line, but again, that's just a higher low. And you wouldn't be too upset about it. But what it's doing right now is it's starting to negate some of these lower levels, right? So as long as we maintain this trend working its way up, you're basically getting an ascending level of support, working your way into a horizontal level of resistance. I would say, you know, if the market stays healthy, if Bitcoin continues its move to the upside or consolidates, that will open up the door for Solana to make a move and retest some of these highs again. So breaking out of this level, I think is going to be important. You can see that there is a lot of sell pressure here. You did have a little liquidity sweep move to the downside. Not surprised at all to see that move down, but it's similar. It's similar again. We're looking for a breakout retest. That's what you're going to be looking for. And then where do you take it up to? POC, the previous range would make a lot of sense, right? They call that a naked POC, up to $237. What kind of move is that? Again, this is more of a macro look at it, not so much an immediate trade setup. That's about a 14% move. Ain't nothing wrong with that one, especially if you play a little 5x leverage love on that one. You're looking at a 50% move for Solana. Nobody's going to be mad about that. All right, so let's say things break down, things get weird in the world. You do have this trend line holding you up at about, this 167, kind of in confluence with the platinum pocket. You have the 200 SMA right below you as well. So you definitely have some confluence down there to hold you up. You also have a horizontal level, right? And that is an indicator that I made. Thank you very much. Right here, this blue line is actually a level of support that you would expect support there at about 160, right? So a few things in that area between 160 and 167. So what if you lose that? If you lose that, man, you're probably coming down to this level here. That would be, I'm not gonna say a given, but I would say almost a given. If you were to lose about 155, 156, right? So if you see a breakout retest to the bottom side of that, then we're looking for a move to the downside, and this is where I would say stack your bags down here. Okay, so if we get anywhere around 122 to 127, stack your bags on Sol, because look at how many times it has showed you a bounce out of that level. And I've played it when I was on Piper Academy. I played it 3-4 times for Solana, and then we had a really nice trade call here, came back, took a psychological area of 100 as well as a previous POC off of this range here. We took a really nice trade, breakout retest, continuation trade out of this area as well. So again, the key level here at about 126 to about 121. I do think that's an area to stack the bags on Solana. All right, cool. Alpha City, let's do it. We got In and Out Crypto in the house. What up to you? Good to see you, bro. Thank you for being here. Much love, man. Awesome dude. Go check out In and Out Crypto, by the way. I rep their swag all the time. Really cool stuff that they have on the website. Crypto themes, and just a really, really good dude as well. So Rocco's the man. Much love to you, homie. Thank you for being here, brother. All right. Let's see here. I think we're going to do one more, and then I'm going to get out of here. I am going to get out of here. Let's look at something like completely different. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity here in the chat. I haven't done this very much recently. Give you guys the opportunity in the chat. Drop something, please, something that's reasonable in the top 100, and I'll take a look at it. Waiting on you. Waiting on you, fam. Little update on the daily DJ, and it's pretty much even right now. It's only down 0.71%. Again, just little funsies, letting you guys vote. We're pretty much where we started, so we'll see where that goes. OKB, come on, bro. You know that thing is looking like just a parabolic freaking pencil, but all right, we can, let's see. I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up at least. And if it looks crazy, I'm not even gonna waste time on it. OKB. Yeah. See? There it is. You know what's coming now.
Mr. Burgundy, you have a massive erection.
There you go. Yeah, bro. What would you like me to do? That's freaking crazy. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. 240%. I used to have some OKB too when I was on. I actually had a deal with, it was one of my first deals, which is shocking. OKX, really big exchange, really reputable, like just obviously not in America, but it's one of the bigger exchanges. That's one of my first affiliate deals that I got was with OKX, which is crazy. I had no business getting a deal with him at that time. Let's see here. Scrolling down. Let's see what else you guys put in the chat here. Okay, B, I'm not doing TA on that. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not. I don't mess with it when it gets in like price discovery and just pushing up so aggressively. Like, it's not worth it. It's just not. Like, you could put a fib retracement level on it, but what we need to see is for some consolidation. Like, you need to see some sort of reaction. Like right here, like you see some reaction, right? Like this you can look at, and we've talked about this over and over again. When you get these ascending levels of supports after a big push up, it's probably going to break out to the upside again. So now you got to kind of wait and see, what does it do? Do you get a flag? Do you get a pennant? Do you get this ascending level of support again? Do you get ascending level of support again? We're looking for another push to the upside. You know, if it were to pull back, then, you know, you got obvious levels that you're going to look at about 127, you know, and then the bottom here about 90. You got a range, you know, where you could see, you know, a bounce or some support if it were to come down. But right now it's just not worth doing any TA on. All right. I'm sure that deal made you millions. Not at all, bro. Not at all. I am just like you guys. Love the fact that I can buy Rocco stuff with crypto. No doubt, man. Yeah. Always, brother. Good to see you. Again, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I just want to hear your soundboard. Okay. We can go through the soundboard. Well, you guys know that we always have the notorious
I love gold.
I love gold. We also have this one for username. I haven't played this in a while, so username, sorry, I've been slacking.
Sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
And then when FD is around, of course, we have this one. It's an oldie buddy goodie. And then we got my man, Macho Man Randy Savage.
The cream of the crop. Nobody
Does it better. And then the bad to the bone. And of course, we got Piper's own audio right here. He's a bear. He's Pipe Bear. That's what I call him. We got the gunshot. I really don't use the gunshot at all. I think it's probably been 6 months since I've used that. I think we're gonna have to replace that. We're gonna have to replace that. We got the cricket. This was for, I don't know if you guys remember on Piper Academy, OC used to freeze up all the time. His internet was trash. So I had an audio for that. Just the crickets. Cause he would just freeze. He would literally just like mid-sentence and I'd be like, and of course I couldn't miss the opportunity. You know that. We got the Undertaker. I am a wrestling fan if you guys don't know. I do like the WWE. Call me what you want. I'm a nerd. And then of course we got the Soul Train because that used to be my thing on Piper Academy as well. I used to always do Soul. Two more. We got the Pump It song that everybody plays. Some people have ruined that song for me though. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I'm going to change that because I don't know. There's just people in the space that use it and not my vibe. Not my vibe. So I gotta have my own thing. What else did I used to have the top flight security of the world, Craig, of the world. I used to have that. Maybe we'll bring that back. But that was with FD. So we used to have fun with that one. And then of course I've got the Ron Burgundy one that you guys just heard.
Mr. Burgundy, you have a massive erection.
I don't know. I think it's funny. It's probably inappropriate though. Anyways. All right, that's all of them. That's for you, man. I think that's we can't wrap it up with that. That's not the way we end the show. There's no way. All right, let's do one more. Let's look at XRP. We haven't looked at XRP in a while. Since of course you said OKB. All right, XRP. Let's go to the screen here. Let's take a look at that. OKB, killing me, Smalls. All right, so I haven't cleaned up the chart here, but you can see I can take that one off because we do have the little cell power up here. That's a ChartPrime one. what's that one called again? It's the SNR power. All right, basically it's relatively decent, like at support, resistance, or like supply and demand, right? You can see you do have supply here, right? Impulsive move to the downside. Should, you know, it should be marked a little bit differently, but here nor there, good enough for government work. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Again, we're cleaning up the charts here. Let's clean them up. What is cool is, look, so the indicator that I made over the weekend, see the little blue line right there? It's telling you their support, right? Look, we had this nice little horizontal. Now we don't need it. There we go, cleaning it up. We do need a new color though. Give me recommendations right now for the price color. All right, price color right now is too close to resistance colors. We need a new color there, and not white. Cannot be white. All right, what else do we have? Let's get rid of this, clean up the charts together. And I'm assuming we need to update the fixed range volume profile. Argument to be made here though, if you're looking at the fixed range volume profile, is that do we have, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 distinct different ranges, or are we gonna call this all one range? If you zoom out, you know, argument to be made. I honestly, like looking at it, man, I'm gonna call that different ranges. So let's do that. Let's update this. Let's say we got a range right here. All right. And we're gonna have to turn the extend to the right off. It's at 60. It's at 69 just to be dumb. Let's see, extend right. Let's turn that off. Cool. All right, so we get a range there. And then we can add another range. That's like a range on top of a range though, which is a little weird, but still, I think I'd prefer that. So let's go back here, fixed range volume profile again, reestablish in the range, and then the breakout of the range. Cool. And then let's put a range on this one as well. Establish the range, current, cool. Made the charts a little bit more weird. That's okay. Let's see, buy zone. I'm gonna leave that on there. We can take the line off, but we will keep that on there, buy zone. Cool. So right now you can see it, like now that you kind of clean up the chart, you can see right here, we want to maintain this level here for XRP. You do have a level of support at $2.74, 73 cents, 72. Sound like a salesman right now. Going once, going twice. All right, so $2.72. So nice little level of support. You do have the value area low kind of holding you up. 200 SMA is way below you. And that is not much of a factor right now, but the good news is it is below you. Now the difference here, what you're seeing with XRP that you're not seeing on some of the other ones, is a lot of the other ones have the moving averages underneath of them. XRP does not. All right, XRP has the moving averages, the POC, and so 2150 SMA right now is all above you, or really you're actually testing it right now. So that's kind of tough. I'm not sure that I would be interested in taking a long position right here for XRP. I would like it to move its way down to $2.72, $2.73. Be a lot more interested in taking that long position, especially if we get a little liquidity sweep, right? You know, liquidity sitting right here. Put a little box on that, right? There you go. So you know liquidity is sitting right there right now. And you have a nice little line in the sand of support, right? Just come back up on the chart. You can see support, resistance, cool, got it. You know the drill. But coming down, taking this liquidity, reestablishing the range, and then taking a move back up, you know, I don't see that you'd probably only be able to take it up to the val low. So this would be a quick one, intraday scalp type trade. Let's just measure that out, see if the juice is worth it. Up 5%, yeah, it probably is. Let's go ahead and put a long box on that. Let's take it right to the val low, just underneath the val low. And then what we would do is bring this up to where the wick is. So that would give you a nice little 3-to-1, 4% move. I think that's a potential opportunity there for XRP. Problem is with XRP, like there's not much else there, right? It's not like some of the other trades where we're looking at and we're like, yo, you got, let's actually do a fib real quick, just before I speak too soon. But like, there's not like moving averages. Let's see where the fib is at right now. This fib doesn't really align either. I mean, you have the 0.5, but that's above you. Or not above the price action, but above where I'm looking, my target area. That one's tough. That one's tough. I think the better area is down here. Even though you might get a nice reaction, you might get a good enough reaction to take a trade. That might just be a scalp, honestly, where you get just a 1% move to the upside. But the better area is clearly down here for XRP. Right? 200, golden pocket, value area high, a lot of confluence in this area. I think this zone right here is an area I'd be targeting for a potential long on XRP. I think you'll get some price action, and looking at it, structure's still good. You can come all the way down here. Structure's still fine. I mean, it's a change of character really from this range here, but like in terms of zooming out and looking at XRP, to come down to the 618, down to the 200 really, and retest that, no one's gonna be mad about it. $2.50 looks like a nice little opportunity for XRP, and that could be a potential swing trade. All right, so that's a quick look at XRP. Did that one live for you. I think it is time to wrap it up, time to get out of here. Let's see what you guys said in the chat real quick. I'll work on a pump song tonight. I got one, I think. I think it's, I have to find it. I won't do it. I'll look for it later, but I did have a different song. Dang, you're making me think about it live. I can't remember the name of the song now off the top of my head, but I'll bring it tomorrow. I'll do it after the show. Pump it up song. Thank you. No pump. Add a fart, always fun. There you go. That song reminds me of Randy. Yeah, Randy Hipper. Yeah, she plays that song a lot, man. She wears it out, no doubt. Let's see, scrolling down. All right, cool. I guess I always pull the okie dokie, and I'm like, I'm leaving, I'm out of here, see you later. You guys are like, thanks, man, see you, holler, have a good day, and then I just keep going. All right, for reals. I'm gonna get out of here. Hope everybody has a great day. Thank you for being here. As always, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Come over to the Discord, get your alpha over there. I would appreciate that. Go over to Bitunix. You get 10% off your spot and futures trading fees. It's helpful. It adds up. I'm trying to tell you. And if you come over to the premium side, I will give you an extra 10%. So you'll have 20% total trading for your spot and futures. And you can get the money. If you're actually trading, if you're really trading, you'll get that $20 back. There's no doubt about it, especially with the analysts that we have in there. I'm paying those guys, and so they take it very serious. So anyways, much love to you guys. Hope you have a great day. I'm out of here. As always, trade safe, be safe. I'm out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.